Hi, my name is Libby, and today I'm going to do the new to Booktube Tag. I will link the original video down below, and yeah, let's get started. First question is, where are you joining us from? I live in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. How old are you? I'm 20-something, the second half of 20s. Late 20s, let's say. Why did you join Booktube? Why did I join Booktube? Well, obviously, I love books. I've been watching Booktube for about a year, and I just figured, like, why not? It sounds like fun. I'm into it, so here I am. What is the meaning behind your channel name? All right, so my real name is Elizabeth, and my friends call me Libby, or Libby Lou, the really goofy ones, and so I figured I'd just keep it simple and stay with that. What types of books do you read or want to talk about? This is difficult because there's so many different kinds of books that I really love, and I don't even really know all the books that I'm going to talk about, but some of my favorite genres are like classics, contemporaries. I love magical realism, fantasy, short story collections, graphic novels, fantasy. I know there's more. Children's books. Anyway, I like a lot of different books. I will say I'm not a huge fan of mysteries or sci-fi, although I did read Ready Player One this year and it was fantastic, and Ender's Game was also fantastic, so I try and keep an open mind. Also, really long YA series. Actually, any really long series. I shouldn't just single out YA, but after like 3 books, I think I'm done. Like, I'm probably not going to keep reading, except for Harry Potter, of course, so there's always an exception. Who are some of your favorite authors? This is also a difficult question, because I tend to, read a book, and I love the book, and I think the author's work was incredible, but I'm like, all right, cool. So I read Haruki Murakami, and that was incredible. Next, I want to try something else. Just because there's so many books out there, and I want to keep reading. Although, this year, well, in 2017, so last year, I discovered Neil Gaiman. And right now, Neil Gaiman is my favorite author. And I'm breaking with my usual scheme, and I'm going to just read everything Neil Gaiman has written by the end of 2018. And I know that he's going to keep writing, and I'll keep reading along as he writes them. But yeah, so Neil Gaiman is my favorite author at the moment. What is the last book that you read? So the last book that I read is A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle. And this is the shiny 50th anniversary version. And I actually read this book with my friend Rachel. We have a cute little book club, and so I'd never read it before, neither had she, so we went for it, and although, yeah, it's sci-fi, it's pretty great. What are you currently reading? Surprise, surprise, I am reading Neil Gaiman. I am reading the illustrated author's preferred text version of Neverwhere, and I am loving it so far, and if you guys haven't seen this edition yet, although I'm sure you have, it has crazy beautiful stuff in it. There's like huge, crazy, full-page, gorgeous illustrations all through the book, and I'm loving it so far. What do you use for bookmarks? So here is a small sample of my bookmark collection. Most of these I've gotten from bookstores and stuff. This one is all famous poetry. This one is from Highbrow's Books, which is this really awesome old used bookstore in Kelowna. I think this one, this is from Book Warehouse here in Vancouver, and it actually has a Neil Gaiman quote on it, so obviously I love it. And these are the cute little book depository bookmarks that comes with your books when you order them. Show us your current TBR pile. So I'm not really one for having massive TBR piles because, like many of you booktubers out there, I kind of mood read. But at the moment, it's these guys here. I've heard so many good things about Her Body and Other Parties. I'm so excited to read it. I bought it for myself around Christmas, and I'm really excited about it. These two are some serious whopping books that are going to keep me busy for a little while. This is the beautiful UK copy of Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. And then obviously more Neil Gaiman. I haven't gotten to American Gods yet, but my fiance and I are really excited to watch the TV show, and obviously I have to read this first. And just because I love Neil Gaiman so much, obviously I have to read this. What do you prefer? Hardcover, paperback, ebooks, physical books, own, or borrow? So my favorite kind of book is a trade paperback. This is an example. This is my super beat up version of Kafka on the Shore by Haruki Murakami. This is a trade paperback. So it's like beautiful artwork, and it's like real floppy, and it's just my ideal reading experience style book. Often hardbacks are really, really heavy, and I don't borrow any books because I've paid way too many library fines in my life. And then if I borrow a book from a friend and I want to keep it, sometimes I like to own the book that I actually read, and then I can't because it's theirs and you have to return it, and I don't know. That's just how I roll. What book got you into reading? So, as an only child, books were my friends and comfort. And the earliest book I can remember reading is Redfish, Bluefish by Dr. Seuss. But like ever since then, I read for like my whole childhood and adolescence and all that stuff. But then during university, I kind of stopped reading because you have to read everything they tell you to read in university. And so then there was like a, I don't know, space there where I wasn't really reading anything. So I'll say what got me back into reading, I read Wild by Cheryl Strayed, and I have the book around here somewhere, but I don't know where it is. And it made me remember how much I love it, and shortly after, I found Booktube, but more on that later. How did you discover Booktube? Well, shortly after I read Wild, I also treated myself to this book called Bloom by Estée Lalonde. And after reading this, obviously I discovered that she's a YouTuber and has a lifestyle sort of channel and makeup and beauty and stuff. So I started watching her channel, and she is a friend of Ariel Bissett. And Ariel Bissett led me straight to Booktube and all the awesomeness of Booktube as we know and love it. And I've basically been hooked for the last year. What challenges do you think you'll face with your own channel? Well, just the channel itself. I guess I wasn't sure anyone would ever watch this, so I don't know. Just being myself in front of the camera is challenging on its own, and I don't know, I guess I've been a little bit worried about scary negative comments, but that's just how it goes, and whatever. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, you guys. Where else can we find you? So link down below, you can follow my Instagram, you can add me on Goodreads, and subscribe if you like my little Booktube channel. Alright, that's it for me today. So again, subscribe and all that fun stuff if you want to watch more videos, and I'll see you next time.